Hey everybody,
Hi,
welcome
everybody.
back to
Yeah.
the quick quarantine edition. This is going to be episode 2. Thanks of you who joined in. We had over 1,500 views, and I
Yeah.
think at least 100 or so of you actually watched the whole thing through.
Good
so
job.
on that note, a couple of quick things. One, this episode and the subsequent ones are not going to be nearly as long.
be quicker.
Go back to episode 1 to get the full story on the family legacy, and you can go to our website, twoculturalarchitects.org. We're going to just jump right in today. The second thing is we were going to go through the protocols in the book in order, but in light of COVID, we thought we'd jump right into the mission protocol because that's the one that's going to be most relevant since we're all in COVID quarantine. But before Randy jumps into that, he's going to give you a real quick recap on empathetic listening for those of you who missed last week.
Thank you, Les. So if you had a chance to do the exercise with your family and practice listening, the other part of that is the way to launch practice empathetic listening is to ask a really good question. So that's the key. So what do you like most about our family? What do you want to change more in our family? What do you want to be different in our family? What do you need more of or less of in our family? And then really listen. And I hope that you will take the time and effort, if you haven't yet, to go back and to do that exercise with your family. You will increase your intimacy, your connection. It'll make a difference. So it's a great tool, really good for business, relationship, and every level. So that's empathetic listening. Today, we're going to launch into what we call the mission protocol. It's actually the 5th of 6, but because we're here, as Leslie said, in COVID, we're going to jump in, and here is the purpose of the mission. I'm just going to read it. The purpose of this protocol, this practice, is to equip and empower your family to stay connected and meaningfully engaged in really challenging times in life, in times of need. So it's an intentional way for you to steward the most challenging times in life together. So whether it's a death or whether it's a job change, whether it's a loss, whether it's, life happens, tornadoes, COVID. This is just a way to organize how things are going to be during this really short time so that we can do family in a really productive way. Because this is when a lot of hurt happens, a lot of misunderstanding happens, a lot of wasted time, And so how is it that we come together with a process to set goals or to just get clear on how we're doing, to maybe grow? Actually, it's really an important and wonderful opportunity to grow and learn during this time of COVID. We learn about our relationships, we learn about our faith, we learn about culture, we learn about family, we learn what's good, what's not so good, things are crazy. But this is a great and wonderful opportunity to grow, and we'll grow better when we have a plan. So here's a plan. The mission is an acronym, okay? It stands for this: a momentary, intentional, specific, and supportive intervention as one in time of need. So just as I described, something challenging happens in our world. How do we come together as a family? Whether we're miles apart or close together, how do we, it's time for retirement, whatever it is, we want to come together and steward these times. So let's see if I missed anything. I don't think so. For now, there's a lot more on this, and it's really important. And there's, I think, 4 or 5 really important exercises. Today, we're going to go through and give you this tool. And it's the starting tool. It's called the Mission Blueprint Preparation Tool. So I'm going to try this. Leslie's going to turn this camera around, and I just want to walk you through real quickly this tool. So when it's time, and you say, well, how do I do this tool? No, don't do that, baby. Here, let's try this. Sorry,
guys.
Wherever that is, let's see. How do we turn that around? Woo! We're going crazy. Is it still going?
It is, but where's the flip button?
I don't know. Where's the flip button?
I'm an Android, he's an Apple, so
So
that's a point of contention.
let's just see what's happening here. I'm not sure what's happening. Well, let's just go for it. Hey, this is the quarantine edition. This is, it's really raw and it's really whatever it is.
We're going to put this up with a video, guys, so you'll have this in front of you, hopefully.
Yeah, so this is a 5-page tool that helps you come together as a family, organize your thinking, set your goals, and have a way to learn and grow and really do the important things during this time where we're all quarantined. So in the tool, and by the way, this tool has fillable forms, so you can get in open PDF and type in it, or you can print it out. But we like to name our mission. So there's a place to name it. And who's going to be in charge? Probably mom and dad. And you just walk through this tool, and it's just who's going to be in on it, who's not. And here are the key questions. And Leslie's going to kind of walk through this just in a few minutes around COVID, because this is our crisis. This is our momentary time of need. So here's the first thing to think about. What outcomes do we see as a successful outcome from this mission? In this case, COVID. So when you think, gosh, 30, 60, 90 days more, what are the most important outcomes that we want for our families? So give them a few examples of what that might be.
Well, this is a great opportunity, I think. I said at the beginning of this this crisis that this is either going to bring out the best in people or it's going to bring out the worst in people. And for those of us that's bringing out the worst in us, it's actually a good thing, because God's using it to laser focus and expose what's really in our hearts. So what do we want to come out with this? It might be we want to be more cohesive as a family. We want to be more intimate and more intentional. We want the kids to be able to have a greater appreciation for each other. Husbands and wives, maybe a greater appreciation. Life's busy. When was the last time you actually took the time to look deeply into your spouse's eyes and look at their soul? So whatever those outcomes are, and those are going to be unique for your family, but take some space to do that.
It's good. And you might even include things like setting a schedule for going to bed and waking up, and your school time with your kids if you have small children, fun time. How can you use meals? We're going to give you some other tools of really cool ways to use meals, telling stories and doing things that matter. But what do you want to come away with in terms of outcomes from this family mission during COVID? That's number one. Second thing is, and it's on the tool, is where are things at right now? So like just an assessment. What is happening right now? We're either not organized, we don't really have set goals, we're just kind of going through, we're binge watching Netflix, we're eating too much, we're whatever. And not that those are bad, but what is it that we have right now?
It's like a personal inventory. Like, where are you right now in COVID?
Yeah.
What's happening in this moment? Well, the kids might be home. You might be a homeschool teacher.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was going to happen. Your spouse or both of you might be out of work.
Yeah.
You might have 10 days left in the cupboard for food, or dare we say toilet paper. Like, what is it right now? So there's no emotion attached to it. It's just the facts. Just what do we have in front of us right now?
That's good. What's our finances? What's
Yeah.
our faith? And then finally, the third thing is, this is the big framework. What do we need to do to get our outcomes from where we're at? Okay, what's the plan? We need to spend some time planning our schedule or planning our exercise, and not even maybe more than planning, doing something. And so what we have in the tool, and I'm not going to go through every piece, and we told you we'd keep this short today, and we will. But in the tool, it just goes through where are we at, and it prompts your thinking in activities, resources, money, prayer or spiritual learning, wisdom, skills. This is a great time to increase your skills and learn something new. Where are we at with, our transportation, our work projects? I know I have a few honeydew projects I should get to around here. We'll see if I do or not. But, what is it that we really want to accomplish? And you may even ask each other, ask your kids, what is something you really want out of this time? And by having a clear plan, and then there's more tools in the book, and it goes far deeper, but it's like, how do we come together every week and just assess where we're at? Hey, how are we doing on those goals?
Yeah.
And what do we need to do different? And what's next? Real simple framework, but intentional. And these tools can walk you right through step by step and come out of this mission and this COVID with having grown as a family, as an individual, as a skill or a knowledge. And I'm going to stop with that.
Yeah, because we're going to wrap this up. We're going to promise to keep this under 10 minutes, and we are. So there's just to summarize, this is an amazing opportunity for all of us to come together and grow and come out of this better than how we entered it. The tool is going to be uploaded. We're also going to upload a tool from a psychologist that I found recently who has some wonderful tips about how to do self-care and schedule your time and keep some normalcy during this time. We want to encourage you guys to ask questions.
Yes.
Chime in.
We're
here to help you through this too.
Yeah.
You can reach out to us through private messenger or whatever. If we can't address it corporately, we're happy to talk with you guys one-on-one if you need help.
And this is the Mission Protocol.
Mission.
And there's our buzzer.
There's our
Have
buzzer.
a great week. We'll talk to you Tuesday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.